Welcome everyone to HueFin News. Today is January the 1st, 2018. This is our daily cryptocurrency market analysis. Appreciate you all tuning in for today. We are the interpreters of these price bars and volume, and we're here on YouTube to show you all that you don't necessarily need to have a lot of indicators on your chart. As a matter of fact, you don't need any indicators on your chart in order to be a profitable trader. And we've been showing you our accuracy by displaying to you on our HueFin News channel of where prices are likely to move for these cryptocurrencies. And that's the whole purpose of us being here on this YouTube space, is to show you all that you can become profitable without having multiple or even one indicator on your chart. All you need is the price bars and the volume in order to see where price is headed. Now, we are not investment advisors, and we are not giving you investment advice, but rather we are giving you the language of the financial markets. And as you guys can see, for today's trading, the market was meager. It did not move much. The market didn't go substantially higher or even substantially lower, but rather it was quite tame on today. And it could be for the fact that majority of the individuals on the United States are not trading for today, being that is the new year for them. And as a matter of fact, I would take it that that will be the case. But nevertheless, the market continues to trade 24 hours a day for the cryptocurrency space. And that's why some of these cryptos had some fantastic gains on today as well. The market cap is at $616.6 billion. And as you guys can see at the top of this website, the Bitcoin dominance is dwindling, is down to 37.2, almost 36%. And I can see that that's due to a lot of more interest being placed in these altcoins, and eventually these other altcoins may find a lot more limelight, spotlight over Bitcoin, given to the scalability issues as well as the transaction fees that Bitcoin causes for a lot of individuals. But nevertheless, you guys can see that Bitcoin is still at the top #1 spot with a market cap of $229.5 billion. But today they traded lower, down 2.68%. But Ripple and Ethereum both are up about 2.5% on today. Bitcoin Cash is down almost 3.5%. Cardano continues to move higher up towards the market cap rankings. Now it's up at number 5. Up 1.20%. Litecoin is down 0.68%. IOTA continues to make substantial gains, as we've been forecasting on our videos, up 11.28%. Now Stellar now is back here towards the number 9 slot, up 33.55%. DAS and Monero both ended the day higher, as well as Neo. Okay. So now let's get into it. Bitcoin is down 2.39%. Last trade was $13,461. Now, our video yesterday, we said that the market for Bitcoin will have to break through that resistance area. And as a matter of fact, the market did move a lot lower today. But our analysis still stands for Bitcoin. We're still looking for them to continue to move higher in today's bar, which is a consumption type bar. And it still gives us, which is a probable precursor of strength. The volume is also lighter than the last 4, 5, 6 trading days, which gives us more confidence that Bitcoin will continue to move higher. Now that resistance, if we move it to the 3-hour bars for Bitcoin, is around, I want to say around $14,000. That's where that resistance was yesterday on our video. So we're still looking for that precursor of strength bar around $14,000 in order for Bitcoin to continue to move higher. Now we're still analyzing and forecasting them to continue to move higher. So that's going to be our analysis. And currently the market is still giving us the wantingness to continue to move higher. And especially on the daily price chart, if this precursor of strength bar, this consumption type bar that is forming here now, if tomorrow's bar closes above it, then definitely Bitcoin will continue to move higher. So that's going to be our analysis for today as well. So now let's go to Ethereum. Ethereum is up 2.98% last trade, $757.52. So the daily price chart for Ethereum, we forecasted them to continue to move higher, and the market for today did just that. The market is awfully healthy for Ethereum comparative to Bitcoin, but the market still has stockpile on today's bar. So we need to see where that resistance area is for Ethereum in order for them to continue to move higher. So just like with our video yesterday, that resistance area is around $760. The market continues to move towards $760, but is not able as of now to break through. But given the fact that we have stockpile on these bars and the market is not necessarily moving lower, and we have a lot of market participants buying up Ethereum at this moment, we're still expecting Ethereum to continue to move higher. So that's our analysis, is for them to continue to move higher. We're looking for 780 to be that first area for Ethereum to continue to move to. If Ethereum cannot break 760, then expect it to come back down to 740 or even all the way back down to $720. But given what we're seeing here on this chart, Ethereum is still aiming for higher prices. So that's going to be our analysis. So now let's go ahead and go to Bitcoin Cash. So Bitcoin Cash is down 1.53%. Last trade was $2,326.90. So the market for Bitcoin Cash resembles Bitcoin as well. The market volume for today is awfully light, which is pretty good, but the market still closed lower than yesterday's close, but it's still trading sideways within a range. So it's nothing to be too concerned about for Bitcoin Cash. As long as it trades between $2,200 and $2,400, we're fine with that. Now, looking at the 3-hour bars, you guys can see over the last culmination of these 3-hour bars, the market has just been simply trading sideways between $2,280 and in and around $2,400. So the market for Bitcoin Cash continues to trend or trade sideways at the moment. But we're still looking for Bitcoin Cash to continue to move higher. Now that support is around 2280 or even 2240. The market continues to find that precursors of strength bars right there at those two price areas I mentioned, 2280 and 2240. If we get precursors of weakness at any of those two price areas, then expect Bitcoin Cash to come all the way back down to 2160 or even 2120. But given the fact that the market continues to trade sideways, that's going to be our analysis for the time being for Bitcoin Cash as well. But we do like the fact that as time goes on these 3-hour bars, the market continue to trade sideways. It's more likely for Bitcoin Cash to continue to move higher. And the longer that these bars continue just to trade sideways, the more or the higher probability it is for Bitcoin Cash to move higher. If this current 1-hour bar closes around the high of this last previous 1-hour bar, then definite Bitcoin Cash will be moving higher, and that first area will be back to 2360, but then ultimately could come back up to $2,400. Okay, so overall we're just looking for Bitcoin Cash to trade sideways, even though there is a slight hint of Bitcoin Cash moving higher. So now let's go to Ripple. So Ripple is up 2.68%. Last trade $2.01. So we told you that Ripple was going to come back down to $1.80, and you guys can see on the daily price chart it did just that. The volume is also lighter than the last 4 trading days, which is a great indication that there's not that much selling occurring in Ripple for today. And as a matter of fact, the market came all the way down, but it was able to close above the close from yesterday. So at least Ripple is going to be trading sideways. Now the 3-hour bars is exactly what's been occurring for Ripple at this time. We got this precursors of strength bar here. The market did not confirm it, so that's why the market continued to trade sideways. But then on this last completed 3-hour bar, you guys can see how Ripple shot up to $2.10, but stockpile came in. So that's why the market currently is trading sideways to even lower. But given the width and the spread of this bar, it's giving us even more positive signs of Ripple maintaining price stability, at least within this $1.80 range to $2.10 range, to even moving higher. Now let's look at the 1-hour bars to see if we can find where support is. So the support for Ripple at this current time is around $1.90, but definitely the buyers came in at $1.80, and the market since then has been trading higher than that. Then we have this last completed 1-hour bar where the market shot lower and shot higher. So until the stockpile gets consumed in Ripple, the market will continue to trade around $2 or even come all the way back down to $1.90. But definitely the market is leaning towards higher prices, if at all, trading to continue to trade sideways. So that's going to be our analysis for Ripple at this time. So we're going to trade sideways to higher, and that sideways trading action is going to be back down to $1.80 all the way back up to $2.10, and that's until this stockpile that is coming in Ripple at this time becomes consumed, and then the market can resume higher prices. So now let's go to Litecoin. So Litecoin is up 1.10%. Last trade was $225.03. So the market for Litecoin continues to give us precursors of weakness overall on the daily price chart. The market continues to get stockpile. Continues to get stockpile, and the market continues to trade sideways to lower. And we're not necessarily getting a lot of precursors of strength in Litecoin at this time. So let's look at the 3-hour bars and see. So every time Litecoin comes around 228 or even $232, the market gets hit with the stockpile. Support is around $216 to $220. So as long as Litecoin stays around that price area and it doesn't fall below it, then Litecoin will continue to move higher. If this bar that is currently forming on the 3-hour bar closes above this close, then Litecoin will make another trek higher back up to $232. If this bar closes lower than this close, then expect Litecoin to come back to $220 or even $216, because that is where support is. If the market continues to give us weakness beyond $216, then it's a definite probability that $212 or even $204 will be in that next area of support. But currently we're not finding the sellers in this market for Litecoin being successful into breaking $216 or even $220. So we're still expecting Litecoin to at least trade sideways within that range to even higher. So now let's go to Dash. So Dash is up 2.35%. Last trade $1,023.50. And again, the market for Dash was able to close higher above the close from yesterday. The volume was awful light, so that tells us that the market participants were able to successfully buy up all of the selling that occurred today. And it's a good thing to see that it was able to close above $1,000 as well. Looking at the 3-hour bars for Dash, let's see what we're getting. So we have a precursors of strength bar push to go up here, and the market was able to come all the way up to 1040, but then sellers came in the market and was able to close lower than this particular close. So the market, for the time being that we're looking at this chart, is not ready for higher prices. You guys can see that 1040 is resistance. We need to see a push to go up bar through 1040 in order for Dash to continue to move higher. And now it's trying. We can give you that definite statement that The market participants in Dash are trying to break through 1040, and I think they're going to be successful because these price bars is telling us that the market is getting prepared for higher prices in Dash, and we're looking for the market to come back up to 1040, but then ultimately we're trying to look at it go to 1080 in the short term, but it might definitely go higher than that given the volatility that is in the cryptocurrency space. Okay, so now we're going to go to NEO. So NEO is up 5.41%. Last trade was $78.68. So even though we're continuing to get stockpile in NEO, you guys can tell that the market participants are consuming all of the selling that is happening, and it looks like NEO is trying to make all-time highs again. The volume for today is also light compared to the rest of the other altcoins, which is expected given the fact that today is a new year for certain individuals. But nevertheless, you guys can see that NEO is still moving higher in price, and that's what our analysis has been over the last couple of trading days. Looking at the 3-hour bars for NEO, you guys can see on this last bar how the volume is definitely an outlier compared to the last 3 or 4 volume bars. But definitely NEO is giving us precursors of strength, and that resistance that is going to have to break is $80, and that's where all that stockpile came in at, or the sellers came in the market and was trying to push price down. If this particular bar that is currently formed on the 3-hour bars is able to close above $80, then expect NEO to continue to move higher. Now, if this current bar that is forming closes below the close of this bar, then NEO can come back to $77.50 to find support, but ultimately it could come back down to $75 or even $72.50 prior to resuming higher price. But overall, we're still looking for NEO to continue to move higher. So now let's go to IOTA. So IOTA is up 15.84%. Last trade $4.04. Looking at the daily price chart for IOTA, the market was able to move higher on today's trading. We forecasted that it went all the way up to $4.19. Stockpile came in on the bar though, so there's some profit taking going on in IOTA for today. You guys can see how the market broke out on this last 3-hour bar, second to the last 3-hour bar. The next bar told us that a lot of selling was occurring in the bar. That's why we got this push to go down bar. But pay attention to the volume. The volume is awfully heavier than what it was on the last bar. If this bar closes higher than this close, then expect IOTA to continue to move higher. We got that resistance around $4.20. So that's why this volume appeared in IOTA, because this is where the previous volume spikes occurred. So we're looking for IOTA to continue to move higher if it can overcome that $4.20 area of resistance. We would need to see a push to go bar through $4.20 in order for that to occur. But given the fact that we had this very wide spread price bar, and if this bar closes above that close, then we're for certain that IOTA will continue to move higher. At this time, we're in the motion of getting that completed, but we're definitely looking for IOTA to continue a higher price. And the next spot would be around $4.50. But then ultimately might come all the way back up to $5 as well. So now let's go to the last one, which is Monero. So Monero is up 4.45%. Last trade $342.55. So the market continues to move higher in Monero at this time. We see that resistance is around 360, and we're expecting Monero to at least come back up to and around 360, It might just come to the high of this bar, or even this bar, which was around $354. So in or around $355 to $360 is where we're expecting Monero to find that resistance, and we might get that stockpile around 360 in a bar, or the market will continue to move lower from there. But currently, given the fact that the market moved lower today and was able to close higher than yesterday's close, tells us that the market is still interested in a higher price for Monero. So now we have stockpile on this particular bar. If this current bar that's formed on 3-hour bar closes below it, then Monero will continue to move lower, and it's going to be around $330 first for support, but then it can come all the way back down to $320. Again, one of the things I want you all to notice with Monero is the fact that it has been consolidating on the 3-hour bars, which is a good sign to see. Support is around 300 and around 300, and continues to find resistance around that 360. So we're looking for Monero to come back up to 360, and it might find that resistance again and move lower, or we get a precursor of strength bar around 360, like a push to go up, and then the market for Monero will go back up to 380 or even higher than that. But definitely we're expecting Monero to move higher, and that first spot is around 360 and around 360. So that's all we have for today. Appreciate you guys continuing to watch these videos. Continue to watch them to gain your own particular confidence in trading, because we are not dependent on someone else to make our trades for us. We are doing quite well in our own in particular trading, and we want you guys to be able to do the same for yourself. So continue to watch these videos and stay profitable, and I will talk to you all later.